Have you ever noticed that some people always seem to have money, no matter what happens in the economy, no matter what challenges life throws at them, while other people always seem to be broke, no matter how hard they work or how many times they get a raise? This is not a coincidence, and it is not about luck. It is not about how much money you earn. It is not about where you grew up, and it is definitely not about intelligence. It is about habits. Specific daily habits that either keep money in your life or push it away forever. Today on Sunny Aurum, I am going to show you the 7 habits of people who never stay broke. These are the exact habits that separate people who always have money from people who are always struggling. And the beautiful thing is that every single one of these habits can be learned and practiced by anyone starting today. Stay until the end because habit number 7 is the one that ties everything together, and most people never figure it out their entire lives. Welcome back to Sunny Aurum, where your money finally makes sense. If you are new here, we break down complex money topics into simple, actionable steps that anyone can follow. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a golden opportunity. Now let us get into the 7 habits. Habit number 1 sounds so simple that most people roll their eyes when they hear it. People who never stay broke always, without exception, spend less than they earn. Now before you say that is obvious, let me show you why most people fail at this most basic rule of personal finance. Because it is not lack of knowledge that stops people. It is the culture we live in. We live in a world that is specifically designed to make you spend more than you earn. Buy now, pay later. 0% finance for 12 months. Credit cards with reward points. One-click checkout. Flash sales that last only 1 hour. Every single one of these systems is engineered by billion-dollar companies to separate you from your money as quickly and as painlessly as possible, and it works. Studies show that the average person spends more than they earn in at least 4 months out of every 12. That means they are going backwards financially for a third of the year, every single year, while wondering why they can never get ahead. People who never stay broke have built a simple but unbreakable rule into their lives. Before they spend a single dollar on anything that is not essential, they check whether they have already covered their savings for the month. They treat their savings contribution as a fixed, non-negotiable expense. Just like rent or electricity, it gets paid first. Everything else comes after. They also have a crystal clear picture of their monthly income and expenses at all times. They are never surprised by how much money they have. They know exactly what is coming in, exactly what is going out, and exactly how much is left. This clarity is what allows them to make spending decisions that consistently keep them ahead, month after month, year after year. The practical way to build this habit is to create a zero-based budget every single month. This means you assign every single dollar of your income a job before the month begins. Every dollar goes somewhere: savings, bills, food, transport, entertainment. Nothing is left unassigned. When every dollar has a purpose, overspending becomes almost impossible. Start this month. Write down your income. Write down every expense category. Assign amounts to each. Make sure the total equals your income, not more. Do this every single month and you will never stay broke. Habit number 2 is one that broke people almost never do and wealthy people almost never stop doing. People who never stay broke invest in their own education consistently and constantly. Now I am not talking about going back to university or spending thousands on courses. I'm talking about the daily practice of learning something that makes you more valuable, more skilled, and more capable of generating income. Here is the financial reality. Your earning potential is directly tied to the value you bring to the marketplace. The more skills you have, the more problems you can solve. The more value you provide, the more money flows toward you. It is that simple. And the only way to increase your skills and your value is through continuous education and learning. People who never stay broke read books, at least 1 per month. They listen to podcasts during their commute instead of music. They watch educational videos instead of mindlessly scrolling social media. They take online courses. They find mentors, people who are already where they want to be, and they learn from them directly. And here is what makes this habit so powerful over time. Every new skill you learn opens a new door. Every book you read plants a seed. Every mentor you learn from saves you years of trial and error. The compound effect of learning something new every single day for 5 years is absolutely staggering. The person you become after 5 years of consistent daily learning is virtually unrecognizable from the person you are today, and so is your income. The people who stay broke are the ones who stopped learning when they left school. They think education is something that happens to you in a classroom when you are young, and then it is over. But education is not a phase, it is a lifelong practice, and the people who treat it that way are the ones who never stay broke. Identify one skill that would make you significantly more valuable. Find one free or affordable resource to start learning it this week. One step, today. Habit number 3 is something that sounds almost too simple to matter, but the research behind it is absolutely undeniable. People who never stay broke set clear, specific financial goals and they write them down. A Harvard business study found that people who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them than people who do not. And when it comes to financial goals specifically, having a clear written target completely changes how your brain approaches every single money decision. Here is why this works. When you have a vague goal like I want to save more money, every spending decision is evaluated against nothing. There is no standard, no target, no urgency. So the spending happens and the saving does not. But when your goal is, I will save $5,000 by December 31st, suddenly every spending decision gets evaluated against that specific target. Should I order food delivery tonight? Well, that is $20 that is not going toward my $5,000 goal. The decision becomes easier and clearer every single time. People who never stay broke have financial goals at every level. Short-term goals, what they want to achieve in the next 3 months. Medium-term goals, what they want in the next 1 to 3 years. And long-term goals, where they want to be financially in 5, 10, and 20 years. They review these goals regularly, at least once a month, to track progress and adjust their actions. And they make their goals specific and measurable. Not I want to be rich, but I want to have $100,000 invested by age 35. Not I want to get out of debt, but I want to pay off my $8,000 credit card by June next year. And they put their goals somewhere they see them every single day. On their phone wallpaper, on their bathroom mirror, in a journal they open every morning. Constant visual reminders keep the goal active in your mind, and an active goal shapes every decision you make. Write down one specific financial goal with a specific dollar amount and a specific deadline right now. Put it somewhere you see it every morning. That single act will immediately begin changing how you handle money. Habit number 4 is one of the most important and most overlooked. People who never stay broke aggressively avoid lifestyle inflation at every stage of their financial journey. Lifestyle inflation is what happens when your income goes up and your spending goes up by the exact same amount or more. You get a raise, you get a better apartment, you get a bonus, you buy a newer car. Your business has a good month, you upgrade your wardrobe. And this seems completely reasonable on the surface. But here is the brutal financial truth. If your spending always rises to match your income, your savings rate never improves. You are always spending everything you earn. And no matter how much your income grows, you never actually get ahead. This is why there are people earning $15,000 a month who are completely broke. Their lifestyle costs $14,500 a month. They look wealthy from the outside. Nice apartment, nice car, nice restaurants. But they have zero savings, zero investments, zero financial security. One job loss away from disaster. People who never stay broke treat every income increase as an opportunity to accelerate wealth building, not an opportunity to upgrade their lifestyle. When they get a raise, at least 50% of that raise goes directly into investments or savings. They live well below their means by choice, not because they cannot afford more, but because they understand that true wealth is built in the gap between what you earn and what you spend. Set a lifestyle ceiling this month. Commit to keeping your fixed monthly expenses at or below your current level for the next 12 months regardless of income changes. Every extra dollar above that ceiling goes to savings and investments. No exceptions. Habit number 5 is what truly separates people who never stay broke from everyone else. They never rely on just one source of income. The average millionaire has 7 streams of income. And while you do not need to start with 7, the mindset shift from I have a job to I need multiple income streams is absolutely critical. Here's the terrifying reality of having only one income stream. If that one stream stops for any reason at all, your entire financial life stops with it. Job loss, company downsizing, health issue, economic recession. Any one of these things can eliminate your single income stream overnight. People who never stay broke build additional income streams deliberately and systematically alongside their main income. They start small, maybe a freelance skill they offer on weekends, maybe a small investment portfolio that pays dividends, maybe a digital product they sell online, maybe a rental income from a spare room. These things start small but grow over time, providing both additional income and crucial financial security. The key is to start with what you already have. What skills do you have that people would pay for? What knowledge do you have that others would benefit from? What assets do you own that could generate income? Build one additional income stream. Get it generating consistent money, even just $100 to $200 per month. Then build another and another. Over time, multiple income streams give you confidence, options, and the ability to take calculated risks because you know your financial life is not dependent on a single fragile source. Habit number 6 is perhaps the most psychologically powerful on this list, and the hardest to build in a world of instant everything. People who never stay broke have mastered the art of delayed gratification. Delayed gratification simply means the ability to resist an immediate reward in favor of a larger reward later, to say no to spending money today so that money can grow into significantly more money tomorrow. To choose the future version of yourself over the present version. There is a famous psychological study called the Stanford Marshmallow Experiment where researchers gave young children a choice: eat 1 marshmallow now or wait 15 minutes and get 2 marshmallows. The children who were able to wait went on to have significantly better life outcomes. Higher income, better health, stronger relationships, lower stress. All from one simple ability, the ability to wait. And this translates directly to money. The person who resists buying the latest phone on credit today and instead invests that money ends up with dramatically more financial security in 5 years. The person who drives an older car for 3 more years instead of buying a new one on finance and invests the difference builds wealth that the new car buyer will never have. People who never stay broke have built systems that make delayed gratification easier. They automate their savings so the money is gone before they can spend it. They give themselves a 48 to 72-hour waiting period before any non-essential purchase. They visualize their financial goals daily so the future reward stays vivid and real. And here is the thing about delayed gratification that most people miss. It does not mean you never enjoy your money. It does not mean you live like a monk. It means you enjoy your money strategically, in ways that align with your values and goals, rather than impulsively in ways that feel good for 5 minutes, but cost you 5 years of financial progress. Start with small things. Wait 48 hours before any non-essential purchase over $20. Put the money you would have spent into savings instead. Build the muscle. Over time, it gets stronger, and so does your bank account. And here's habit number 7, the one that ties everything together, and the one that most people never develop their entire lives. People who never stay broke think long-term in a world obsessed with the short term. We live in a world of instant gratification, 24-hour news cycles, one-click delivery, and social media feeds designed to keep your attention in the present moment. Everything around us pulls us toward thinking about right now, this moment, this week, this month at the most. Long-term thinking is swimming against a very powerful current, but the entire game of building wealth is a long-term game. Compound interest only works over long periods of time. Investments only grow significantly over decades. Businesses only reach their full potential after years of consistent effort. Skills only pay their full dividends after years of practice. Every single mechanism that builds real lasting wealth operates on a long time horizon. People who never stay broke have trained themselves to think in years and decades, not just days and weeks. When they make a financial decision, they ask not just how does this feel today, but where does this decision put me in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? When they invest money, they are not watching the market every day panicking about short-term swings. They are thinking about where that money will be in 20 years. When they build a skill, they are not expecting results tomorrow. They are building something that will pay them back for decades. This long-term thinking also changes how they handle financial setbacks. When something goes wrong, they do not panic and make emotional short-term decisions that make things worse. They zoom out. They look at the big picture. They ask what is the right long-term decision here, not what feels best right now. Long-term thinking is what allows people to stay consistent when results are not immediate, to keep investing even when the market is down, to keep building their business even when revenue is slow, to keep developing their skills even when they are not being rewarded yet, because they know with absolute certainty that the long game always wins. Create a 10-year financial vision for yourself. Where do you want to be financially in 10 years? What does your life look like? How much do you have invested? Write it down in vivid detail. Then work backwards. What do you need to do this year to be on track? This month? This week? Today? Long-term vision drives short-term action, and that combination is absolutely unstoppable. So there you have it, the 7 habits of people who never stay broke. Habit 1. Always spend less than you earn using a zero-based budget. Habit 2. Invest in your own education constantly. Habit 3. Set clear written financial goals with specific deadlines. Habit 4. Avoid lifestyle inflation aggressively. Habit 5. Build multiple income streams deliberately. Habit 6. Practice delayed gratification every single day. And habit 7. Think long-term in a short-term world. Here is the most important thing I want you to take away from this video. You do not need to implement all 7 habits at once. Pick one. The one that resonates with you most. The one you feel you need most right now. Focus on building just that one habit for the next 30 days. Because one new habit built properly is worth infinitely more than 7 habits started and abandoned. Which habit are you going to start with? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one. If this video added value to your life, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Sunny Aurum for a brand new video every single week. I will see you in the next one. Stay golden.